Alrighty. Hello. I'm just gonna make sure this stuff's all working. It's been a little while, so. Alrighty. Well, I'm just gonna make sure this stuff's all working. It's been a little while, so. All right, I think we're live. I think we're good. Let me know if the music's too loud for anyone who's in here. Hello, Dino Films here, and today I have another live stream for you all. And today we're gonna be simply opening up some Jurassic World Mattel toys. Because I have received, my brothers and I actually have received some dinosaurs, and we're gonna go through them here. Just sort of open them up. Let me know if the music's too loud, because it should be, copyright free or whatever. So we'll see if the stream gets taken down instantaneously. But yeah, so this is just a little stream back. Don't really expect too many people to join because it's like 9 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. 11 p.m. in most of the United States. But we're gonna go through these toys here. I don't really have a set order that I'm gonna go through them, but I just thought it would be nice to open these up and just sort of chillax, listen to some music. If you want to chat about some Jurassic toys, I'm down. Basically anything Jurassic toy related, I'm down to talk about. So yeah, if you guys are down. But enough chit chat. I'm gonna. I don't know what to open first, so we're just gonna choose one or the other. Let's see if we're getting any problems. Nope, seems that we're doing well right now. Alright, so I think I'm gonna open the oldest stuff first, and that would be the Dominion toys. But as you can see here, we have Dominion, what do you call these? Ferocious packs now? Ferocious pack, Rugops, and Nozotoceratops. We also have the Dino Trackers, Elasmosaurus, Banator, Nigersaurus, and the Tracker pack over there with the Corythosaurus in the vehicle. And then Hammond Collection, Corythosaurus. I also have the Eocarcharia, this one, for my Dino Trackers. I don't know if I'm going to open this one, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. It's not that I don't not like the Eocarcharia. Sorry, that I don't like the Eocarcharia. It's just it's another medium-sized carnivore. And then I also have some dinosaurs that I got off of Facebook Marketplace recently that I haven't never reviewed or touched on or anything. So we're gonna go through those too. But first, I'm gonna bring this a little closer, just so we can focus on one at a time. I'm gonna get the Dino Tracker stuff out of here first. Sorry, Dino Trackers. What is this called? Search and Smash Truck. That's what it's called. Forgot the name of it. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm just opening up some dinosaurs that I've gotten recently. I just wanted to sort of talk about them. Welcome from the Jurassic Discord server. Let me just do this real quick. Alright, so we're gonna open up these fellas first, I think. Rugops. Now I was kind of excited to get this one. I saw these at Meijer, of all places. Here, we gotta turn on autofocus. There you go. Rugops. Yeah, look at that. Now this thing looks nothing like Rugops, so I was kind of shocked to see this guy come out for the Dominion toy line. We got a lot of Abelisaurus for some reason. And then the baby Nigersaurus, which looks a little weird. But we're going to get these open nonetheless. So these are very easy to get out. If I remember correctly, you just simply snip these here. I get the... there you go. A little brighter. I think you just can cut them out, then that's fine. I don't even know if they come with instructions or anything. Probably not, but we shall see very, very shortly. Oh god, he's wedged into plastic though, even though when you cut the seams. Oh, he must have been stuck in there. I found these at Meijer. Buy one, get one 50% off. So finding these in general, I was very shocked, especially this late into 2023, the year after this line released, and then finding them on sale, I was like, oh yes, yes please. So we're gonna get, I just had to buy them, and then I told my parents to save them for me until Christmas, because I was like, just please hang on to them. So that's what they did. Open Rugops, yes. So yeah, here he is. Rugops, a 30-foot long killing machine. Let's get this. Whoa. Yeah, he's a weird one, because he doesn't really look like Rugops in many areas except the head. You know, you sort of got that Rugops-like head shape, very shrink wrapped, very cursed, but you know, it's Mattel Jurassic. It's kind of what you get at this point. And then it has like Tyrannosaur arms as 2 digits. I don't know why it has 2 digits, but it does. And the articulation, oh, sorry, I didn't even talk about the feathers. I don't know why Rugops here has feathers. Pretty sure our Abelisaurs are, you know, not exactly known for having feathers, per se. If I remember correctly, I don't even know if any remains of any Abelisaur had feathers, so this is kind of a weird one. But, you know, nonetheless, I think it's, you know, kind of cool. Sculpt-wise, it definitely stands out from many of Mattel's Abelisaurs. But the articulation is pretty good, actually, on this guy. The legs can move backwards, forwards, like so. They're made out of like a gummy or plastic, so it kind of makes them a little cheap feeling, but also better for posing, I guess. And you can morph them into, you know, positions if you want to. The head rotates. You move up and down. The jaw can open up or open and close. Mine's a little broken and it kind of like hangs open, as you can see there, but not a problem. And then the arms, if you want to mess with them, they can move back and forth as well. And then the tail, for some reason, a lot of these toys have these like swivel tails for no reason, like at all. But it's, you know, a nice added piece of articulation, I guess. And of course, the official mark and scan code is right there. There you go. Official mark. And then it's also on the foot anyways. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having it, but whatever, Mattel. But the paintwork is actually not too shabby, I guess. It's got some nice black throughout the body. Having the tail made out of black plastic helps. I just wish those nails were painted, but the unfortunately aren't. But the mouth interior is pretty nice. But Rugops is very, very small. Definitely not the 30-foot long killing machine from Monsters Resurrected, and it's more based on the actual animal. Let me grab a someone for size real quick. Give me a moment. Because holy moly, this guy is a little baby. Very small. Sorry, had to grab them from the floor dwelling. We have Rugops. Can't stand, I think. And no, he's just... No. The legs are morphed probably from being in the packaging for literally a year and a half. But let's see if I can get him. He is not standing. Nigersaurus has to come in and help him, I think. Or, well, here's Blue by comparison. You can just see that Blue is, you know, longer. I mean, I guess I can have Rugops lean on. There you go. Such a little guy. I was not expecting Rugops to be this small. But, I mean, I think its estimates put it at like 19 feet in length, something like that. So, you know, it's not too incredibly small. Maybe it should be a little larger. But I'm pretty sure its height is around there, like 5-6 feet. But I just think he's a little ferocious little guy. I mean, it's just so super strange that we got Rugops and then it's named, you know, the full length of its species name, Rugops primus. So I don't know why Mattel decides to do that with some dinosaurs, but they do. It's just the full species name. Like Genodectes, I'm pretty sure. A few others that I can't remember off the top of my head. Of course, Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's just kind of funny that Rugops primus gets the full name treatment. But yeah, so that's Rugops. I mean, not much to say. I mean, he's a little fella. I really like these ferocious packs because of just how much like articulation they have in comparison to attack packs. And this is probably one of the better Dominion figures in my opinion. You know, not the greatest and definitely not faithful to the species, but still pretty fun, all things considered. So yeah, that's Rugops. Not gonna stand at all. Now, on the other end of the coin, we have the Nigersaurus. Oh boy. I don't know if I like this one, to be honest. I think it's, you know, not Mattel's fault, really, for this figure. I mean, I kind of like, you know, the fact that it's the Nigersaurus from the movie, but the movie sculpt for the Nigersaurus is not the greatest. I wish they kept it how it was in Battle of Big Rock. But all that aside, the paint's also kind of strange. You got some black here, and then some orange just kind of sprayed all over the place near the peak region, and then nothing else. It's kind of a very sparse paint scheme. At least the brow horns are painted, I suppose, but and of course, yeah, the scan code right there, if you don't have it already. But articulation's pretty much the same as the Rugops. The tail can swivel, but it's really stiff right now, so I don't want to break it. Legs can move backwards, forwards, and then so can the arms. And then, of course, all these ferocious packs have the neck on a nice universal joint there. Move up and down, side to side, or, you know, swivel, I guess would be the term, rather. And that's about it for you. I mean, he's a little munchkin. I'm glad they gave us the baby Nizuno, nonetheless. You can see there. There you go. He is a little baby. And then you can get Claire from the movie, and Rugops Primus from not the movie. I wish Rugops would stand. I have to Yeah, it's one of its legs are just warped entirely. I will say the danger packs do feel pretty hefty in comparison to many of the other like attack packs. The attack packs were pretty skinny, or lackluster in terms of general, like, they felt cheap. I mean, these are the same price, but at least they have a lot of articulation, which might be why their paint is so much less than attack packs that we've had. Dracorex, for example, being magnificent. Excuse me, but yeah, no, I like these guys nonetheless. Rugops definitely being more in my favor. I really like the Rugops. It's very, 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 very nice. But yeah, no, they're just small, cheap little guys. $8.47, I think they were at my Meijer. Got one of them for about $4 because of the deal, the buy one get one 50%. And I didn't have both these guys yet, so I was like, might as well. I love me a good sale, a good value, and I think you definitely get your money worth. I mean, it's a very nice articulated dinosaur, definitely better than a lot of the just random dinosaur companies that are out there right now, just doing nothing. Too bad Rugops can't stand. Oh yeah, we're going to say goodbye to Dominion for a little while. Move on to the Dino Tracker stuff, which I'm very, very excited for. So I'll put Nazuto and Rugops up here. They're definitely going to come back later, though. And I'm definitely going to need to take a hair dryer to my Rugops. So I guess we'll go in order of like size. So we're gonna try out the Nigersaurus. I have very little Dino Tracker stuff. When I saw Dino Trackers at first, I was like, it's okay. You got some cool species here and there. But then Dino Trackers Wave 2 came out, and I was like, oh, okay. They really, stepped up their game quite a bit. Like we got Yokarkaria, and I was like, oh, this is Dino Trackers. Oh boy, Dominion Line 2. But Dino Trackers I really like, the second wave of. So, and this is one of the good ones. This one is for the jungle environment, for wave 2, the wild roars, and it's Nigersaurus. Now the packaging's pretty nice, of course. And then the other 3 part of the wave, Galaceratops, Orcoraptor, Irritator. No, I think this Nigersaurus was definitely pretty debated, at least in many of the communities I saw, because it's got a few flaws here and there, but I think it's definitely better than some of the stuff we've seen earlier in Dino Trackers. So some improvements, better than none. Let's see if this thing actually holds up to my expectations. But my brother got this guy, and I asked him if, hey, can I open it for the live stream? And he was like, sure. I was like, okay, cool. I will do that. So here's the main. Oh God. No, sorry. Here, I gotta wedge the box. There we go. Sorry, Nigersaurus. Not mean to upset you. It's gonna get loud here in a second. I'm gonna have to destroy this beautiful box to get the beautiful tail. The card. I think, yeah, Wave 2 definitely stepped it up. We have a few more figures to look at, part of Wave 2, that I really, really like. The Banator and the Elasmosaurus. Even though those ones are weird, I really like them a lot more than the Sinotyrannus and the Stegosaurus, which I now own as well. I'll get into that a bit later. But that's Nigersaurus set free. I gotta instructions. Excuse that. There's Nigersaurus. There. Instructions are pretty self-explanatory. With the tail, you just sort of click it in, and then he shimmies and shakes. There's action feature. It requires 3 AG13 LR44 1.5 volt batteries, which is typical of roarivores and other wild roar sound strike stuff that we've received in the past. And then, as you can see here, it's just a simple clip-in tail. Once you clip it in, it's permanent, like so. And there is Nigersaurus. So as you can see there, he is a little fellow, very small sauropod. I mean, I think this is pretty close to how the actual species was. I mean, just in general, it's a small sauropod. I think its estimates put it at like 33 feet in length, if I'm not mistaken. Or, you know, around the 9-meter mark. I'll be just, you know, bring in Rugops again. Rugops actually does look like a 30-foot long killing machine next to our Nigersaurus. But yeah, let's get into, I guess, some of the other aspects of it. So let's focus in a little bit. There we are. Hey, you're looking really pretty. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome. We're just looking at Nigersaurus at the moment. From the Dino Trackers line. I just got it out of the box. There's your scan code if you don't have it already. Very late to the party. But, as you can see here, Nigersaurus looks pretty nice sculpt-wise. I mean, Mattel always does good sculpt work. The sculpts might not always look like super accurate and you have a cartoonish element, but I would say like the details are always really nice. I kind of dig the color. I enjoyed this color quite a bit. And I didn't notice that there's actually paint here on the bottom. I never noticed that, which is actually quite shocking. Welcome. Sorry. It's very nice. And there's just lime green here and there. The arms are entirely lime green. And then the most of the bodies, this is dark olive. Olive-like. I mean, I'd say it definitely fits like a swamp or forest. And then a yellow eye. That's basically it for paint. I kind of wish this paint was used like on the actual body, because here it's barely noticeable. And I feel like the lime green sort of works, you know, for the neck and the arms and the back, but then taking this yellow and placing it on the actual body or the tail would have made this one a little bit better, I think. But the action feature is tied to the neck, so it simply moves to the side and makes noise, of course. I think it sounds pretty good. I like the noises. And then the articulations, the legs move back and forth. And they can move out on this one. That's nice. Back and forth and out. Copyright. What is the copyright on you? 2022. Okay, that makes sense. And then the arms can move back and forward, kind of on a ratchet, and they move out as well, which is very nice. You know, you can get some more defensive stances with your Nigersaurus here, which I think is pretty cool. And then, yeah, the side to side. all things considered, I really like this guy. I didn't expect to like him this much. Because when I saw it at first, I was like, I don't know if I want him. Because he's just kind of not exactly what I was expecting from the Nigersaurus. I think mainly my problems with it are just, like, obviously the paint's a little lacking, and then the face is just kind of goofy. But I think I like it that way. I think that I like it that he's very, very happy. He's such a happy camper. Of course, as we saw, Claire showcases how small this guy is. I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can... here's Blue, your average Velociraptor. Absolutely tiny. And then, what else can I showcase? Stegosaurus. Absolutely dwarfs it. Massive. Massive. It's kind of crazy. And do I dare to put up a Tyrannosaurus? Blue is not average. Blue is cool. Yeah, but I guess Blue is pretty cool. I'm an average, I guess, in terms of, like, just size. And then, I even dare. There's Tyrannosaurus Rex, specifically the 93 Classics Red Rex. Yeah, no, I'm actually quite fond of this fella. Much cooler than I thought it would be. But yeah, that's Nigersaurus, Wave 2. What are these called again? I always forget the name of these assortments. Wild Roar. Like, I can tell you up to, like, Dino Escape, like what each of the assortments are. But then after, like, Dominion, I just stopped caring because they changed the names so many times for so many assortments. Like, Savage Strike is called, what do they call it now? Strike Attack, which is basically the same thing, but different. But yeah, that's Nigersaurus. I would give this, I guess, or if we're gonna do, like, rankings in terms of, like, out of 10, I'd give Rugops a 7 out of 10, B tier, maybe low A tier. The Pseudoceratops, like a 5 or so, like a C, maybe top of D tier. Gonna be honest. And then Nigersaurus, probably a B tier as well. I actually like it quite a bit. It's just a small little sauropod, and it's nice green coloration. I'm glad Mattel for this year gave us a lot of new dinosaur species. So many repaints in those first few waves, but Dino Trackers, almost every dinosaur is, something we haven't seen before. So I'm happy about that. Continuing with Dino Trackers, boom, Banator. Now this is a crazy one. I saw this and I was a little confused as to what exactly I was looking at. It's very not faithful to the species, I'd say, all things considered. I mean, the species is just a tyrannosaur, but they gave it these quills. I was like, oh, okay, we're going crazy here, Mattel. But no, I have grown to love it quite a bit, actually. I think it's one of my favorites from this year. So as you can see, it's the Tyrannosaur. the Banator. Hard name to pronounce. But it's pretty decent size and pretty decent for representing the species. But it's for the desert environment. As you can see here, you got some highlights here on the back of the box to showcase the whole desert theme. And then, of course, featuring the Elasmosaurus, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So let's get Mr. Banator out of here. I'm going to change the name of that pronunciation every time. Oh, there he goes. There's Mr. Banator. But we have to remove the tracking gear. So give me a moment here, because the tracking gear has a card. And it's just sort of wedged in the back here. There goes the box. Interesting. The capture gear they had, sort of exposed because it was hard plastic. But for these guys, the tracking gear is just super gummy. I'm going to keep the box close because I'm definitely going to need assistance with putting on the tracking gear. Speaking of, this guy comes with no instructions. Nigersaurus did, but I guess it's because it had batteries and a assembly required. So there's the Vista. So I'm gonna put the tracking gear away for now, but we're definitely gonna put this on later. This stuff is crazy looking. It's very like gluey, gummy plastic. Okay, but let's look at Vista. As you can see, this is a desert-themed dinosaur. It looks like it could definitely fit in the desert with all the the reds, white, and black. I would say it's Arctic. Could work for Arctic as well, but I don't think it works as that well for that. So as you can see, let's just get this out of the way. Scan code, official mark. It's got really, really good paint distribution. Not a lot of paint, but I'd say the distribution makes up for that. So you got this black here, and then they use black plastic. I really like what they did with this one, where they have the black specks, and then the arms are black, and then the jaw. They really used almost no paint on this guy, all things considered, but the way they used it across the dinosaur, I think, was much, much smarter than previous entries that we will definitely be looking at. I like how the black runs on the face and then through the tail, and then I like how there's paint over on the face as well as additional paint on the body, and I think it looks really good. Sculpt work on this guy is actually awesome. I like the way the face looks. It's menacing but cute, and the green eye is also a nice touch. I think the only thing sculpt wise I'm not a fan of might have to be this weird thing, and then the teeth are a little large, but I think it fits the personality for this toy. I think that's why I like it so much. And then for articulation, of course, legs back, forward. The ankle has articulation, but it's super stiff, probably from being on the shelf. Oh, there you go. Don't really want to break the Vista immediately. And then the arms can move back and forwards, out, in. And that's it for articulation, because everything else is part of the action features. Also, the feet on this guy aren't obscenely massive, actually. And the head isn't too big either. And then you got a decent sized tail. Maybe the tail could be a little longer, but the action features, the quills do that. I'd say this is definitely an intimidation display. They say it's a tail strike, but if this dinosaur was doing this in front of me, I would leave it alone. So I'd assume it means business. Imagine it kind of like our other Jurassic dinosaurs. And then the head has an action feature as well. Or like a roar sort of thing. I'm not sure if it's supposed to clamp, but this one was originally broken. It just kept opening up its mouth. But then my brother fixed it with his magic. He's always able to fix these things. This guy's in such like a dynamic pose compared to many other Mattel massive, I guess large size dinosaurs, part of the larger assortments. You could, you know, sort of rear him up a little, put him into the second setting, and then he's a little more neutral. Thank gosh. And then the head just looks a little funny. See if we can, I mean, yeah, when he's roaring, this is kind of his neutral pose, I guess. He's just gonna look up at the sky if you put him in this position. But he's actually quite small in comparison to like other dinosaurs in this size range. I mean, I feel like he is. I mean, there's Corythosaurus, same price range, and he's absolutely massive, but I guess that's one of the bigger ones. Here's Stegosaurus, also massive in comparison. It's just a little small. He's just a little small fella. Which isn't, you know, necessarily a bad thing, but in fact, it might be a good thing. I kind of like it that he's a little smaller. But if we put him back in his default dynamic position, definitely on the smaller end. Which is kind of nice. I kind of like that. But now we're gonna, you know, attempt to put on the tracking gear. Let's take a look at it real quick. Very Dino Riders. Kind of shocked that this is a thing, but we got the capture gear of Dinoscape, and then for Dino Trackers, they're like, "Yep, we're gonna put tracking gear now," and it's got like a little is that like tubes? Like I think the problem with this gear is that it doesn't really make any sense. Like, what is this stuff? At least with the capture gear, you can kind of, you know, speculate, but it's like got a camera or a flashlight here, and you got an antenna so you can talk to the dinosaur. Like pouches for maybe storing water or other supplies, and then computers. It's very sci-fi. It's just kind of funny. And I guess to put this on, you just sort of, you know, slip it over the dinosaur, and the, you know, material of the plastic just lets you do that. Then you just sort of buckle them in, I guess. Yep, there you go. What? And there he is, with his tracking gear on, I guess. I mean, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. And, you know, it's sort of over the head. It's just kind of funny. It's just so weird. But I kind of love it, you know? It's just, you know, random 90s tracking gear. I guess you can try and put it on other species, but it won't really work because it's sculpted for its dynamic pose. You know, it's like you're using the Banator to like go after and track down other dinosaurs. It's just so weird. It's weird, but you know, that's part of the Dino Trackers thing that they're going for. Just dinosaurs with vests and stuff. But you know, more power to them. But yeah, so that's Banator. I guess we can compare it to some other Tyrannosaurs, because I definitely have a few. Let's get Claire over here. So, Vista. And then I have a few more below me and around me. So here's good old Red Rex again. Dwarfs, our friend. Birdo. Also quite large compared to him. Jeez. Stream's current bit rate. Uh-oh. Try that. Let me know if you're experiencing any issues. And then, I guess a reveal for later that I'll do now. So I also have the Sinotyrannus from Dino Trackers. Very different range of different Tyrannosaurs here. And then Claire for good measure. Just so you can see how small Vista is. The Sinotyrannus is even taller. It's kind of shocking. But I like Vista a lot. I like it more than the Sinotyrannus, honestly. I guess my only critiques are why in the world did they give it some weird quill display. It's kind of a odd choice, I would argue. I mean, it's just such a strange action feature. Sorry about that. And then obviously maybe paint the toenails. But other than that, really solid little Tyrannosaur we got here. I actually like him quite a bit. Dino Trackers, we have Elasmosaurus next. Now this is part of the same wave, wave 2. He's pretty. I love this Elasmosaurus. The Vista is great. But when I heard there was an Elasmosaurus, I was shocked. And I just, you know, had to get it. And then I missed out, and I was unfortunate. I was kind of upset, I guess. And then I heard that Ross was receiving all the dead stock here in the United States. So I not only found him, he buried behind a whole bunch of stuff, but at a cheap price of only $10. By comparison, in the United States, it's usually around $23 or $24.99. So I was ecstatic. But as you can see here, Elasmosaurus, beautiful aquatic packaging, part of the river ecosystem. I'm not sure if it's ocean or river, but he is looking really, really nice. And then, of course, Vista is obviously advertised here. But yeah, so we're going to get Elasmo out. He also has tracking gear. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. Oh. Big. Big. Massive. Massive. Heavy. It's not expecting that. You gotta get the... Looks like this one has a vest for some reason. Not sure how to feel about this tracking gear. But... I guess it's more for humans rather than, you know, the dinosaurs or the species themselves. It's like glue and like goo all over these things. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like there's like wet spots. That's kind of jarring. No instructions for Elasmosaurus either. But we don't really need instructions when we're looking at this beauty. So Elasmosaurus is very similar to the Vista in many regards. Wow, look at that detail. You can believe this thing. So as you can see, it's gotten a lot of paint distribution and a lot of colors that make sense for this guy. Oh, the blue runs down pretty far on this guy actually, all the way to the the midsection, which I'm actually shocked about. And then of course you got paint here on the body, and paint all throughout the neck. It's kind of impressive how much paint's on this Elasmosaurus. I'm really impressed, and of course the lack of necessary nails to paint makes this guy look even better. In comparison to many of the other Dino Trackers releases. And then you got a little bit of dark blue here on this very small tail. Maybe the tail can be a bit longer. And I feel like Elasmosaurus is actually a larger species in general. So technically it should be larger. Technically. But I'm perfectly fine with this guy being the size he is. So if we look here also at the face, you can see he's got a kind of a goofy smile. I think that makes him look adorable. Not necessarily the most frightening Elasmosaur figure we've seen. And I think that goes to Chapmay. But I like the eye color on this guy. Just a nice natural orange that stands out. It makes it feel kind of alive, despite how goofy his face is. And, he doesn't have a lot of teeth, but you definitely wouldn't want those touching you. So, articulation-wise, all of the flippers here. Oh, this one's stiff. I want to be careful of that. Give me a moment. I want to work out the plastic. There we go. All the flippers can go out, and of course swivel. So, and they're kind of on ratchets, I would say. So you can get some, natural posing here. And of course, it makes for folding and whatnot, putting away easier. And of course, you can put them down. So you can kind of like stand him, which is kind of weird, but you could make him quite large. And of course, nothing else is really articulated. Oh, there's a little bit of plastic that came off. But there's, of course, the action features for this guy. Oh, I almost forgot. The lovely tracking tag there, just in case you don't have him. Of course, the action features. So, one of them is a sort of a biting down motion. Kind of imagine it like catching fish or something by doing this. Which I really like. And then the other one, sort of this side-to-side thing. Oh, this goes to one side and opens its mouth. Weird that they, made it so that it goes one direction and then down instead of, both side to side. But I'm fine with that. I think it, adds some variety. Wow. But no, I'm really impressed with this Elasmosaurus. I think it's one of Mattel's, best toys, period. I mean, I want to play with this thing in the bath, but you definitely could, have it duke out with your Mosasaur. Mosasaur would probably still absolutely destroy this thing. I don't have that on hand, but this thing's probably like half the size, easily. And of course, some comparisons you could do. Of course, you have to, if you want him to sort of stand up, you're not going to get that unless you put the flippers in a certain way. But I think this makes it, this is the second largest aquatic species, aquatic reptile we've received in the line. Mosasaur being first, of course. But he's, pretty good size, I'd say. Nigersaurus back in here. Dwarfs, that little fella. Of course, Elasmosaurus would feed on smaller reptiles and fish and whatnot. Definitely would not eat many dinosaurs, if at all. Smaller species are definitely possible, but if they ventured in contact, but I would bet that would be a little more rare. And of course, just like our Banator, our little friend can also have dress up time. Oh. Now this, it just looks like it, I don't know, it sort of just goes on like that. Let me see this for a moment. I actually do not know how this is supposed to go on. Seems like it just goes over the oh, I see. I think it goes over its back. Yeah, there we go. It's literally like a vest. It's literally just a dino vest. Well, marine reptile vest. Sorry while I put this on. I don't know how the longevity of these dino tracking capture gear, because they're made out of this rubbery plastic, but I feel like over time that's not gonna hold up because it's just so cheap. I feel like your dinosaurs will definitely, and other species will just destroy it. But there you go. There's your vest. You can still kind of access the action features with it on. But yeah, and there it goes. It just unbuckled. Elasmosaurus is a little bit of a bigger fella. But there you go. There's your Dino Trackers larger assortment. Massive trackers? Gigantic trackers, sorry. Both of the ones for Wave 2, the Banator and the Elasmosaurus. Now, I'm quite impressed with them nonetheless. I mean, the tracking gear is a little redundant, I think, and almost unnecessary to a certain regard. I don't think I'll be using them much, personally, but I think it's still fun, and, you know, I think it's more so like with the tracking gear, it's you put it on these species, and then humans are able to track them. It does nothing to the dinosaurs, per se. I mean, there's like flashlights, I guess, or cameras, and maybe some like armor. I mean, it's just pretty unexplainable whatnots. All the capture gear was definitely like, yep, this is designed for capturing the dinosaur. Making sure that it's contained. All this stuff is more like unexplainable whatnots. Not really explained at all what it can do or what it's capable of. But I think that's fine for kids and whatnot, and you know, it's just a fun little feature to have. Of course, Elasmo and Vista together. Red Rex. Obviously the Red Rex is much larger, but you know, it's part of the scale. And then we have one last Dino Trackers toy to unbox. And only two more to unbox, and then I wanted to showcase some stuff I got off Facebook Marketplace. There you go. Search and Smash Truck. Let me get some water. Okay, I believe we're ready to continue. Oops, sorry. So there's the Search and Smash truck. It is a set I really wanted to get, just in general. And my brother received it for Christmas, and we're definitely gonna use it quite a bit, I think. I think it's pretty cool. You get not only a vehicle, but a dinosaur and a human figure to go with it. I know there's some discussions on whether Atrociraptor is going to be receiving repaints, just like the Velociraptor. And I assumed it would, because it's just another easy dinosaur to repaint. And to a kid, a raptor's a raptor, so why not? And sure enough, here we go. Oh, hey, welcome, Space Cakes. Welcome to the stream. We're going to get this thing out of the packaging. So, truck, raptor. It also comes with a vest. Keeping up with that tracking gear. And then Mr. Man with gun. Of course, this is, since it's for the desert environment, which I mean, I guess, based on the Atrociraptor. And then, of course, you can see, you know, some of the other sort of danger pack, ferocious pack figures for that particular wave. That was wave 1. But I'm not too interested in any of those. Maybe the baby Brachiosaurus, but that's long gone. So let's start to try and take this thing out of here. This one's going to be a more difficult one, I think. I mean, the Atrociraptor, yeah, he's going to be easy. Let's see. Hello. He's going to fly out of here as soon as I snip this. Oh, there he goes. So, not, you know, any of the Atrociraptors from Dominion, per se. It's just labeled as Atrociraptor. We're going to have to destroy this packaging. Oh, no. No, the misery. Oh, boy. There's the vest. This one's made out of a harder plastic than the other Dino Trackers. Interesting. Now let's get Mr. Unnamed Mercenary. What do they call him? They don't call him anything. There's no label for him. They labeled the Atrociraptor, but yeah, there's no label for our friend here. This truck is zip tied. The truck is zip tied in the packaging. I might have to get some other scissors for that, because I did not expect them to do that. Okay. There is the rifle. Here is Mercenary, unknown. Now the truck's gonna be the hard part. Maybe. There's just these twisty pulleys at the bottom. I was not expecting. Okay. Whoa. There's the truck, but it still has a zip tie on it. Don't know why they did that. Because no other... Sorry about that. Ooh, I just pooped the microphone. I don't know why they decided to do that. Because every other vehicle ever, I think, if I'm not mistaken, has never had that. So I'm gonna try and remove this. It's like a really good zip tie too. I don't know why they put this on here. And here's the stoppers that are at the bottom of the vehicle to stop it from rolling. I might actually keep these. I usually don't, but I might actually keep these for display. I don't think... Oh, my scissors are doing it. Slowly but surely they're breaking this. Oh boy. Okay. I should have gotten stronger scissors, but I was able to get it off. Relatively. Yeah, I don't know why they put this in here. This is kind of unnecessary. They might have did this on one other Legacy Collection vehicle. But I did not know why they kept that. Oh, I know why. Okay. It all makes sense now. Part of the action feature. Okay. So, I guess we'll start by looking at our main attraction here, which is the vehicle. So, this is based on no real vehicle per se, but you could say it's based on any of the Jeeps from Jurassic World. So you can see, even though this is Dino Trackers, and it's supposed to take place kind of like after Dominion, this vehicle is 100% like a Jurassic World vehicle. Which I don't see a problem with that, but if they're trying to like establish Dino Trackers its own like post-Dominion thing, it kind of doesn't make any sense. But all things considered, it's got nice detailing throughout. It's pretty hefty too. It's a smaller size truck. It doesn't feel like it's massive like the Jeeps. Or the InGen Jeep. It feels like it's properly sized, which I really love. And then, of course, you know, you got your tires. There's the underside of the vehicle, fully detailed. And then the doors can open, and you can fit 2 people inside. And this door also opens like so, and then can close, which I really, really like. Got a little antenna here. And the windshields, pretty nice. You got some nice sticker details just throughout this thing. This is amazing. This is actually a really cool truck. I actually really like this. It's just kind of confusing that it's, you know, Jurassic World. But I guess if you were like playing like a, you know, Jurassic World scenario of your figures, this is perfect. But no, and then of course it's standard axles go back and forth. Then we'll get into the action feature with this truck in a second, why it's called this smash and crush. Sorry, search and smash truck. The most disappointing part of this set, I think, unironically, is this guy. So our human figure here, it's just like a really basic man. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice to have dinosaur food. But I think, this is the only human figure we got for this line outside of Legacy Collection and the Hammond Collection. And then also the paintwork on this guy. There is none. You have the glasses and the face. Maybe the hat. But usually with these mercenaries, they like paint all the bells and whistles and stuff. But the boots are the same color as the pants. The gloves are the same colors as the shirt. I'm glad the vest is a different color, but usually there's a lot more paint on these human figures, and this guy there's just not. So I might take a, you know, like a black Sharpie to just like the hands and the boots, just to, you know, give some more definition. But, you know, dinosaur food's dinosaur food. And the articulations is great as usual. You know, you get the bend at the knee. You can move the legs out and in, back and forwards. Swivel also here at the knee. You can move the arms out and in. The elbow bends and can swivel. And then the head can move back and side to side. Can kind of move up and down, but not really. And of course he comes with his leg's a little stuck on mine. It won't move inward. It's a little bit of a shame. But he also comes with this this little, I wouldn't say this is little. This looks like I guess a tranquilizer gun. It could also serve as like a bolt sniper, and it would absolutely obliterate dinosaurs. But it's got some nice detailing. No paint, of course, but that's been a thing since the beginning. Let's see. Can he hold the gun? Can he do his one job? I would say that's a negatory. He does not hold his gun. Let me see if I can... The handle is like too wide for his hands. trying to put it in here. Oh, maybe I stand corrected. Okay, there you go. Of course, no wrist articulation. But you know, you can kind of get it in his hand. You can go track some dinosaurs. You know, he looks kind of, when he has a gun in his hand, his not so great paint looks a little better. But definitely, like, probably, like, easily one of Mattel's weakest humans. Just because it's not only a nothing character, but it has, like, no paint, and it just looks kind of weird. They could have made the you know, boots and wrist have articulation, and then paint those, or have those cast in different plastic, but, you know, he is here for one thing only, and that's, you know, they get put in this truck and probably eaten. Speaking of being put in the truck, if you open up, you can kind of see the interior there. It's actually really nicely detailed. Steering wheel doesn't turn or anything, but, you know, you got nice seats and a nice dash and everything. So it's really nice in there. I'm just gonna bend this guy's knees, see if I can put him in here. I'm gonna have to remove his gun. I'll put it in the back here. Let's see. Can he fit? There he goes. And there you go. Oh, you can fit our friend in there nicely and comfortably. So, serving its one job, and of course, put another fella in here. The only person I brought with me is Claire. So, Miss Claire's is going to be riding with the dino trackers. You know, the future Jurassic. But there you go. So you can fit two humans comfortably in there. And then let's take a look at our Trossoraptor. So this isn't like anything special in terms of anything except it being a Trossoraptor repaint. The first, instantly after Dominion, we got a Trossoraptor repaint. That is not any of the ones we saw in that film. It's just a Trossoraptor. It's not Ghost Tiger, Red, Panthera, Tiger. It is a Trossoraptor. So there's your scan icon. And then I think this is an interesting paint scheme. I would say it kind of looks like a. I think I kind of would like it better if the red wasn't there, because it kind of looks like this guy just mauled someone. And you got red on the jaw, and you know, you got the same good articulation. I really like the black and the tan color for the plastic. I really like that, but and the red eye is also pretty cool. But not a huge fan. Best vehicle so far, for real. Honestly, I'm really liking this thing a lot. As you saw me a second there, I'm not a huge fan of all the little pieces and parts with it, but I think the vehicle really makes up for it. And this Trossoraptor is still nicely sculpted, nicely detailed. I mean, you get some good posing, like so. And it's the articulation makes up for a lot of the things. And then I guess something else. Yeah, I think I'll just personally have the red maybe be a bit different, but you know, it's still a good Trossoraptor. I think I like it more than my Ghost. But something Ghost doesn't come with is his little vest. Now this is you know, part of Dino Trackers. This is the only small dinosaur that has tracking gear, I think. But as you can see, it's got like a radar, an antenna, like a control panel. It's kind of like a military vest. So this whole line's got a lot of the military stuff going on. So let me see if I can put this on. I mean, oh, it's a little tight. Oh, wow, that was actually good. That felt good. Wow, look at you. Look at you. That's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually kind of a, you know, it felt really, it's pretty secure on because of the way the, you know, sort of made this out of a finer plastic, tougher plastic, and then also the way it just goes over the Velociraptor and sort of clips onto the body. I like that. That's not shabby. I think that's pretty good. So that's fun. And now onto the action feature for the vehicle. Now, if you thought this vehicle couldn't get any better, well, it does. So you simply take your Velociraptor. Let's say the man here put the gear on the Velociraptor. Not very happy when it wakes up. Boosh! You sort of smash in that the hood, and then he's kind of destroyed there. Of course, sort of goes out quite a bit. That looks brutal. That looks really good. But yeah, it simply just crushes in, and then I think you can actually like remove these parts. I don't think I will be doing that because I don't want to, go through the task of trying to put them in. But there's actually like detail in the interior. Maybe I should take them out. Let me see. I don't want to break it though. It's simply just like on two like articulated pieces with like ratchets. But yeah, there's like interior detail as well. I wish I could showcase, but I don't want to accidentally break this thing. Maybe I'll showcase in a community post or something. But if not, you've already seen what the interior probably looks like by now. But no, pretty good set. This thing's going for like $10 on a good day because of like the sales and stuff that this thing keeps going through. Excuse me. Look at that. And I think it's great. I think it's just a nice vehicle. And it's, you get a lot for what you purchase. You get a man with a gun, an Velociraptor with a vest, and a good vehicle. So I guess that kind of explains why there's like no paint on the man. And then here's last year's Capture Crush truck, which I think is also a really good vehicle. It's obviously a very, very different vehicle. This is like Jurassic World, and then this is I don't even know, Mad Max. I mean, it doesn't really fit with Dominion, in my opinion, but I guess it's based on some concept art. I know the vehicle is of decent size too. Let me get this Crush truck. I really like the Capture Crush truck too. There's Red Rex. Robot. Absolutely really good scale. That is really good. I feel like the Jeeps are all too big. I don't feel like that's too big. I feel like that's perfect. Perfect scale. Something I wanted to try. Well, I guess we can also try removing the vest off of our Velociraptor friend. See if it's a challenge or annoying. Or destroys the figure. It's a little tough, but not absolutely excruciating or anything. Might have to... Oh, that Velociraptor is growing on me. It's really good. I want to see if I can put this on blue. I don't think it's going to go as well. But we're going to try it. Especially because this is battle damage blue. Oh god, it activated the battle damage. Okay, well you have to activate the battle damage to get the vest on, but it kind of works. Relatively. It activated the battle damage, but it fits on nonetheless. Let's see if I can get it off. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thank God. But yeah. Just wanted to try that out, and it kind of works. But no, overall, yeah, definitely get this one. If you have not gotten this set yet, yeah, buy it, please, because it's really good. You get dinosaur, action figure man, good vehicle, accessories for the dinosaur and the man, and the vehicle looks good. It's a fictional vehicle entirely, but I think it looks really, really great. So definitely get this one if you haven't already, because holy moly, that's good. Let's get our new friends out of here for the moment, because we're gonna bring in our last dinosaur for the evening. In terms of one we're actually gonna open, because there are a few that I got off Facebook Marketplace I want to show. I'm not gonna go too much into depth with those ones, but I just wanted to showcase those. So there's Claire. Truck. Alright, last but not least, probably the opposite of least, Hammond Collection Corythosaurus. Because, whoa, here we go. Sorry, give me a moment. Taking a brief intermission here. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. So Hammond Collection Corythosaurus. So not only did Dino Trackers, in my opinion, offer a pretty good line, just in general, I think Dino Trackers is pretty good, especially in comparison to some previous lines we've looked at. We get Hammond Collection's best wave so far, in my opinion, featuring Metricanthosaurus, the young Tyrannosaurus, young Stegosaurus. Who else was in that wave? Oh yeah, the Irritator, literally the best Hammond Collection mid-size figure in my opinion. And then Dennis Nedry and John Hammond, I think. And then shortly after that, we got the Hammond Collection Brachiosaurus. So really, really good wave. And this was definitely one of my most desired, was the Hammond Collection Corythosaurus. Obviously based on the Jurassic Park 3 incarnation. You can see here, Corythosaurus, looking beautiful. It looks really good, and this is the first Corythosaurus we've gotten for the Jurassic Park toy line. It says here, Corythosaurus with a defining duckbill and a head crest. The Corythosaurus stampedes onto the scene as Dr. Alan Grant and Paul and Amanda Kirby desperately flee from the velociraptors on Isla Sorna. So obviously, from the movie, that the Corythosaurus and Parasaurolophus are shown. But I got this one, what was that, Black Friday, I think it was like $6 or something. And for a figurine that goes for normally around $23, $21.99, something like that, I was like, okay, yep, I'm getting this. So we're going to get this thing out of the packaging. Usually these Hammond Collection figures are pretty tight in here, with a lot of different pieces of plastic. Sort of keep them in place, the whole 9 yards, because everything's sort of secure in there. Now, I got the Metricanthosaurus from this wave, and I was happy to have it. I got it on my birthday, I believe, from my brother and family. But it had some quality control issues, unfortunately. I'll showcase them in a second. The head was loose, and everything was just sort of falling apart. It was a little sad, but hopefully this guy doesn't have too many. Paint-wise, so far, it does not. There is the Corythosaurus' tail, which has a lot of paint. I guess with Hammond Collection, one of the main benefits is that they don't really have any major paint concerns most of the time. I mean, that's kind of a lie. There's some figures that have, not too much paint in comparison to some of its precursors and predecessors, but there's several that have really good, paint schemes. I think this is definitely one of them. I think there's only paint really lacking in one area for me. But on the other hadrosaur, the Parasaurolophus, I think it was like this. So I guess it's not completely unexpected. Sorry about this. This weight. Just gonna clip this guy out. Again, they secure these guys much more than any mainline toy. A mainline toy, you can technically go in and, you know, pop it out instantly. Especially a lot of the smaller ones. Hammond Collection, they do not mess around. They let you know. Not only is it in a closed box, but it's also tied into its plastic with many plastic little seams. Not seams, ties. There we go. I think he's free. Sorry, she. I have to clean up my room after this. Alright, moment of truth here. Wow, you are a baby. You are a absolute goober. So, here's the Corythosaurus out of the packaging. Let's see if it has any, like, major, like, I need to go to the store and return this right away. I don't think so. I think we're good. I think this Corythosaurus will not disappoint in that regard, hopefully. Let's obviously can't stand too well without its tail. And its tail, just like any other Mattel figure, is a permanent snap in, except this one has like a certain way that you put in the joint. So I'm gonna rotate this. Get this sort of slide it in. I love the way that these figures, something gonna be weird to say, like the odor that the toys have. It's like a, kind of reminds me of like older toys that I got when I was younger. Mainly like the Spider-Man 3 toys. Okay, there we go. Oh, holy damn. God. Whoa, sorry, first impressions. Humonculus. This thing is like pretty big. Gonna have to put it in a better position, but I guess I can quad at the moment. So there's the Corythosaurus. Now that is pretty massive, right? Like, yeah, that is a big Corythosaurus. That's good size. That's some good size right there. I really like how large this guy is. There's blue for scale. Wow. Here's the big ducky. Yes, it is literally, it's literally a big duck. It's so cute looking. But I guess let's get into, you know, the details. Wow, look at you. From the side profile, it looks really good. And even from the front, it doesn't look too bad. You know, it could be better. But it's definitely better than the Parasaurolophus, so that's what I'm happy about. It's basically the same sculpt-wise as the Parasaurolophus, as we'll show later. But it's basically improved everything in every way. The tail, mainly, being significantly longer. And I guess that's sort of the position the tail is supposed to be in, based on the paint. Which is kind of nice. And then, of course, this is a bendy wire that I'm not going to bend too much because it will kind of destroy the tail over time. The arms are a little loose, but nothing too crazy. Guess we can go into articulation. The head is on a joint where you can sort of swivel it. You can kind of go up and down a little bit, but that's mainly controlled by the neck. And the jaw is kind of the same problem as the Parasaurolophus, however. Um, looks a little goofy. I think it looks better on this guy. Maybe because of just the build of the head. Of course, the crest looks really nice. The paint works so good. Always blown away by these Hammond Collection toys. The arms can move out and in, and there's a back and forth, and the elbow can rotate as well. No wrist articulation or hand claw paint, which is kind of a shame on this figure. But other than that, body is one piece. The legs can move. Oh god, that's stiff. Backwards, forwards, without breaking too much of the paint work there. I think it looks really good in any position. That's really smart on Mattel's part with the paint. Then the knee can bend, and the foot can pivot a little bit, the ankle, and then what would this be? The shin? Not necessarily. The calf region can sort of rotate as well. I need that, and the feet can pivot at the ankle there, which I think is really well done. Really well done. Wow, this thing just looks so pretty. It's so photogenic. And then the tail is also on a ball joint, so you can sort of swivel it around without messing with the wire. Let me see if I can get this guy in a slightly better pose. Oh god, its left leg is really stiff. Oh, there we go. Whew. And then the legs can also move out and in as well. So very, very good range of motion on this guy. I need to get it into a standing pose, hopefully. Let's hope he can stand. With all their articulation, of course, you can get it to do so. Feels a little front heavy. Let me get one of the legs more forward than the other. It's not going to be that leg. It's going to be this one. Sorry about this. Little bits of speckling here too, kind of like the older Mattel figures. Yeah, and that's kind of works. Not exactly what I was going for, but there it is. Let me focus this. But it looks great. It looks so good. And that's beautiful. I think that's one of Mattel's best looking Hammond collections. Nonetheless, all things aside, all the sculpt detail is pretty faithful. The paint work is great. A lot of articulation. Pretty decent size too. I mean, you're not going to get anything like real life Lambeosaur size, but this is Corythosaurus anyways. There's Tyrannosaurus for scale. And then I wanted to showcase some other Hammond collections. So, of course, the main one it looks like is the Parasaurolophus, so we're going to showcase that. Ooh. Of course, here it is, Parasaurolophus. Of course, a lot of the same sculpt. Almost exactly the same. They just reuse certain parts. Like the arms are entirely the same. The legs, I think, are entirely the same. The tails, however, are much different. Or I wouldn't say much different, but I can showcase real quick. And of course, the heads are the main difference. Sorry about this. I'm kind of blocking the whole camera. The necks are the same, I think. Yeah. It's just those heads. Very different. And on the Corythosaurus, the tail is much, much longer. Or, at least a bit longer to definitely make it feel a bit better. But the paint on the sculpt makes it look like, they didn't reuse parts. But the body's exactly the same as far as I can tell. Maybe like some of the sculpt details are, I don't know, maybe it feels like the body's bigger on the Corythosaurus. But again, I think it's just the paint, like the way that the paint sort of is applied. Because I think it's the exact same, and the legs are the same. It just feels like more of the detail comes out of this Corythosaurus. Of course, the Parasaurolophus has a larger head and a smaller tail. I think the Corythosaurus has a smaller head, longer tail, and that just makes it look better. And of course, had to bring in one of the wave mates, the Corythosaurus. Wow. So I currently have two of the Holy Trinity, I'd say. The Irritator definitely completes this quite a bit. It would be nice to get it too, but having two of them is great. I really love both of them, the Metrocanthosaurus and the Corythosaurus. I expected to maybe not like the Corythosaurus that much, but that's what I say of every Hammond collection. As soon as I get it out of the packaging, it's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. But no, Corythosaurus absolutely killing it. Phenomenal figure. Always great to see Hammond collection kill it. So that's the Corythosaurus. I'm really happy with the Corythosaurus. I hope and definitely recommend that every person who likes the Jurassic, anything, get this Corythosaurus immediately, because he's amazing. And I don't know if we'll get a mainline one anytime soon, because this was the first one we ever got for this whole Jurassic toy line. I mean, we've gotten some minifigures, I think, of Jurassic Park 3, but we didn't get a full-size figure until this guy, this lovely lass. So yeah, again, main problem I think is just, the head still looks a little funny from the front, and the non-painted hand claws, especially for the quote-unquote premium figure that this is. But other than that, it's really pretty much the perfect Corythosaurus for Jurassic Park. All things considered, really, really dang good. Now I'm gonna go through the last sort of thing I wanted to showcase. I got a lot of Facebook Marketplace dinosaurs, and kind of just wanted to go through them. So I got 6 dinosaurs off of Facebook Marketplace for $30, and I think it was a pretty good deal, all things considered. I showcased one of them tonight already, but we're gonna go through each of them sort of one by one. So the one I already showcased was the Sinotyrannus, this fella here. Now, this is a figure I definitely was like, when I saw it. I mean, I immediately thought it had the same sculpt as the Albertosaurus, especially in the head. The head sculpts are pretty similar in terms of, the actual, definitely not the teeth, but, the sort of way that the rostrum is shaped and the details, but they're actually entirely different. The Albertosaurus is definitely a lot less stylized and based more on sort of the film's aesthetic. Well, the Sinotyrannus is definitely a little more goofy. And they're pretty similar size. But the Sinotyrannus just has a lot of weird proportions. It's just super cartoony. And then the paint is just sort of questionable at best. I like the little highlight green that they have in here. It sort of brings out uh, just more detail, but the red is a little jarring. I think the red on the crest is cool, but the red everywhere else just looks a little strange. Weird choice. And of course, Sinotyrannus was actually a very skinny theropod. Not necessarily like this guy. This guy's very, very, very bulky, very big. But still, nonetheless, it was nice to finally receive this guy. He did not come with the capture gear the tracking gear, but I think I can live without it. Now, another weird one that was in the lot was this one, the Dino Trackers Wave 1 Stegosaurus. Now, this thing is kind of a monster. I mean, it's also one that I didn't want to buy initially, but seeing it part of this lot, I'm like, well, the main reason I bought it was 2 other dinosaurs that I'll showcase, but having these 2 in there is like, okay, absolutely cursed in every regard. It looks like it, no offense, kind of has a lot of different skin diseases. Like this is Netherton syndrome. It looks like it's been burnt to smithereens. There's like bruising. It's just looks like it didn't put on sunscreen as well. It's just kind of a mess. And this is supposed to be the mountainous Arctic dinosaur, if I remember correctly. Jungle, vistas, desert, water, mountains. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, but I think it would get really noticed in that environment. The action feature I didn't even showcase on Sinotyrannus. You got the biting and the this is basically a Dino Rivals dual attack. I mean, you got the tail whip and the biting. I didn't want to go too much in depth with these ones, and then the tail on this one can lift up and slam, and as well as, sort of do the old spiky, with the old phagomizers. I really wish this one looked a little better, but seeing it there and just how iconic it kind of is for just being how absurdly bizarre it looks, I was like, I gotta get it. I mean, for comparison, here is Wave 1 Fallen Kingdom Stegosaurus. It looks, got nice pastel colors. That first line had. And then this thing looks really jarring next to it. And then they changed the sculpt a bit to have an open mouth, a bigger head. Weird. This is not... Whoa. What did they do? This is weird. Okay. This is not just a repaint of this sculpt. So this was the Dino Escape Stegosaurus. Oh, the one that had the capture gear. This one's a bit weird too. But they sort of, based it off the Camp Cretaceous Stegosaurus. And they made the head a lot larger on the Dino Escape one. And then it looks like they actually made the head smaller again. I did not notice that before. I don't know why that Dino Escape Stegosaurus has such a large head, but it does. Then they made it smaller again. But yeah, so Stegosaurus continues to appear every single year to some regard. It's been a part of the main line every year, except for Dominion's line where it was part of Legacy Collection, but we still got a Stegosaurus that year. It's still kind of funny. Yeah, so that's that Stegosaur. I am, again, not the main reason I bought the lot, but it was there. I was like, yep, we got it now. Next we have, I'm showcasing the ones that I wasn't exactly desiring first. Rajasaurus number 3 from the Dominion toy line. Now this was my probably might be my favorite Rajasaurus, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I really like any of them too much. But this was Rajasaurus number 3, and it's a, what do you call, a sound strike or Dominion. So you press down on the legs, and he goes to town. This one's legs are super loose. As you can see there, I barely touched it, and his leg caved in. So I'm really scared that it will no longer be able to do anything. It's already almost there. But I think it's got a weird, interesting sculpt. I almost said weird. It's kind of weird. And then the paint is very, very limited. Like the whole, 3/4 of the body have no paint. At least with these Dino Trackers releases, tried to use limited paint in a, creative way to sort of bring it out a bit more. But this guy is just nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing at all. And then Rajasaurus number 2 is the other Rajasaurus I have. You can see there. Not much paint either, if at all. But it's still, I think, I don't know which one of these two I like more. I think the first release might actually be the best now looking at these two. I like the eye a lot more on this one and just the base color. And of course this one has those awkward red slashes. But yeah, it's sort of just the Dominion line being the Dominion line, and it kind of had its many flaws. If I ever do a sort of tier list on all the Mattel lines, this one will definitely be the lowest. However, there are some gems. There are some gems in the Mattel Dominion toy line. And this is one of them. This is probably the best figure that they released. New figure. The Megaraptor. This is honestly the main reason I bought the lot. Because this guy is actually pretty awesome. Not only does it have, some interesting, striking colors, not good distribution per se, but the paintwork is, lacking, but the sculpt work is really, really good, actually, for some reason. It's very, very, faithful to, the sort of Jurassic World style, and I think it's a perfect 90s Megaraptor. It's got the distinct large claw, and then it's got some feathers here and there, and some quills. I look really good. I really like the way this one looks, even if it's not paleo accurate. My only gripe, of course, is just the paint being kind of meh. It's definitely a bit better than the Rajasaurus over here, but not by much. I will not be blinded by my love for this figure. Of course, the same action feature. Maybe arguably some better sounds, but it is what it is. And of course, this guy's legs are also super loose, unfortunately. So I might be modifying this Megaraptor quite a bit. Next, we got another one. I'm definitely not going to go much in depth. Came with a Therizinosaurus. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Oh my god, it's so loud. Because, I will admit and say that I now have 4 of this figure out of box. And I don't need 4 of them. So I might be doing a giveaway or a repaint or just donating or selling one of them or 2 of them. Because I don't need 4 of this guy. I didn't notice he was in the lot. I was like, wow, okay. I have another one of you now. I was like, oh, great. And I was just making noise in the back of my car for the whole drive home. I'm like, yeah, I remember why I don't like this one. But unfortunately, I just, have another one. So, minus these two Dominion toys, I'd say the lot's pretty good. But reason number 2 why I bought it is because of this other Dino Trackers figure right here. Let me just get him out. He's a bit big. Introducing the Dino Trackers Indoraptor. Now, I was really, really excited to see that not only did the Megaraptor come in this lot, but so did this guy. Now, this guy looks absolutely stunning. I love the blue on this guy. The blue highlights. You can see it better there. I think it's just such a cool figure to me. Because not only is it, a surprise Indoraptor. I kind of really like the Indoraptor, but it's got a updated head sculpt with sharper teeth, because they're made out of rubber. And then the blue is just so striking. If you bought this new, it comes with head tracking gear. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so it's kind of got this guy. And this guy's got not as much articulation as the other Indoraptors, so its stability is better. So less articulation, but it can actually stand and not die. So the action features on this guy, it's got 3 pieces of articulation. You got the tail, the official mark. Don't count that. The legs can move back and forth, out a little, but not too much. Oh, wait, 5. You got the ankles. Ankles that can articulate. And then, no, that's 4. Sorry. No, I'm dumb. That is 5. 5. Sort of articulated points. And then the rest of its action features. So, the head, we get in a little closer. Simply there's this button here, and then you press it. And the eyes glow, and he roars, very similar to, previous Indoraptors, the superposable, that is. And then the arms are tied to its second. So you sort of lift up the arms, and it slams down, and he also roars, and his eyes light up. So I think it's pretty cool action features. Very basic, but I really like them. I think I like this simplified Indoraptor just a bit more than some of the previous. We also got the super colossal Indoraptor this year, which is a weird one. I think that's probably the weakest figure to release, because it's just a giant Indoraptor that has not good proportions. Sorry about that. Bring in some old friends. We have the superposable Indoraptor. And the grab and growl Indoraptor. Oh god. Let's see if I can... Yeah, there you go. The evolution. Wow, okay. So, I think there's a new best Indoraptor. I mean, the superposable is good and has a lot of articulation, but its quality control just hasn't really kept up, and its sculpt is definitely lesser compared to the grab and growl Indoraptor. And then, the Dino Trackers Indoraptor, I forgot the name of. Excuse that. I do not know what that was. That was my dog. But I don't know why she did that. Sorry about that. If you heard that, you probably heard all of that. Oh, that scared me. But, proportionally, like, the arms are just massive on this Indoraptor, and I think that makes it look better. Let's see if I can showcase. Like, there's the head. Like, this one just doesn't look that good anymore. The quills are also more pronounced on this newer one, and the color is just far superior. Hold this thing like a teeth being, you know, sharper on this new one. Like, that just looks so much better. So, I really like this new Indoraptor the most, I think. I feel like because they updated the Indoraptor, because they updated the Indominus, both this year, I feel like a Hammond Collection is kind of inevitable, because we've gotten their sculpts updated this year. So, I'm excited to see. But to finish my thoughts on the Indoraptor, this thing is kind of massive, I would say. And the tail is definitely a lot shorter on this new one. So I would say visually, I would say it's definitely better. But it's definitely even more out of scale, because this one is already like as tall as a Tyrannosaurus, and now you got this even larger one. So, you know, take what you will, but you either get one that's superposable but doesn't have the greatest sculpt, a mess, or this one that has a better sculpt, but, you know, even more out of scale, limited to the action features. I don't think the grab and growl really has any justification anymore. I would say before that, oh, this one is pretty good because, or, you know, better in some aspects because, you know, it's got, you know, the more accurate head sculpt, which I guess it does still have, but it's just such a like loose mess because of all its action features. Well, this one's still sturdy, but, you know, still limited to action features, but just looks better, and you can at least display it a bit more, I feel like. So definitely still my favorite Indoraptor so far. And those blue highlights just look so good, and I imagine under like some good lighting, like on like a diorama, like holy crap, that would that Indoraptor would probably kill it. So first place, second place, third place, but I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm just gonna, you know, sort of assemble all of the new dinosaurs that we opened today. Sort of how I do with the end of these. So I'll grab this truck. Alright, I think, I don't know what my favorite one to open was this time. Probably the Corythosaurus might be my favorite. Nigersaurus is really good. Or, I don't know if I would say it's really, really good, but it's definitely surprised me how much I actually like it. I thought I wouldn't really care, but I think it's really good. Let me load in this Atrociraptor and give it its capture gear. Like the Dino Tracker stuff's really cool. I think it's definitely better than the Dominion toy line, just in general. This is why you're not in chat. Yes, Nolan. Yes, I am playing with dinosaurs. Well, not playing with, but I opened them. We got Rugops. Got the baby Nizudo. Looking pretty good. No, not really. I'm gonna be honest. Probably the weakest is the Nizudoceratops. Elasmosaurus is probably my favorite of the main lines that we opened. Right as I'm ending the stream, Mr. Nolan, I'm just sort of assembling the dinosaurs that we opened today. Ooh, I didn't even realize I did that. Elasmosaurus is definitely my favorite mainline fella that we opened. This does pretty good too. What did you get? Just these fellas here. So the Elasmosaurus and the Corythosaurus I bought myself sort of during Black Friday season. The truck and a Atrociraptor set and the Banator are what my brother received. My other brother received the Nigersaurus, and then I received these two little guys here. I also got, where are you? Eocacaria, this fella here. I'm not going to open him, however, because I do not feel the need to do so. Back to school. Oh no, you guys are raiding the stream. Thanks. Hi, Ben. Nice to see you. I'm just ending the stream now, but I mean, if you want to look at these awesome dinosaurs for a moment, you know, these are the ones I opened today. And then, you know, I took a look at some other ones too. Here's the Megaraptor. This thing's cursed for paleo accuracy, fellas, but I like it a lot. I don't think I can fit all the ones I looked at today up here. Here's the cursed Stegosaurus. Absolutely horrific creature. Horrific creature. Back to school. Balls. No. No, Logan. Sorry, Otis Coleman. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We got the Indoraptor as well. Absolutely massive. There you go. You can hold the Rugops. Then where does Sinotyrannus go? Oh, you're down here. This guy's a homunculus. Time to go back to school. When is Dino Films doing a Let's Play of Guilty Gear? Never. I don't think I'm ever going to play that game. There's Sinotyrannus. Massive. And then last but maybe least, we have Rajasaurus. There you go. There you go. There's everyone we looked at today. And all their cursed glory. Some more cursed than ever. Than others, I'd say. So, looking at them all, favorites, definitely Corythosaurus, Banator, Elasmosaurus, Megaraptor. Honestly, like a lot of these. Atrociraptor is pretty good. Rugops. Least favorite, probably this little Nizudo or this Stego. Actually, no, that's a lie. This Nizudo or this Rajasaurus. But all things considered, stop. The horse is not here. Are you joining chat after Dino Kel film? Sure, I'll join chat after. I'll join chat after. Thanks for stopping by at the end. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Gonna have to clean up all the dinosaurs first, and then I guess I'll join and chat with you gentlemen. Yeah, I didn't know you guys were in there. It's just after I watched a film, I was like, you know, I'm gonna open up all the dinosaurs that we got for Christmas and showcase some of the other ones I bought recently. And well, that's what I did. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'll probably go through afterwards, doing his winter break home. Yep, this is my winter break homework, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely, yeah, I'll put timestamps for all the different dinosaurs when we're done here. And yeah, so Dino Trackers is pretty good. I'm really excited to start getting some of the dinosaurs for Epic Evolution. And the Dominion toy line can go away forever. But thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next video or stream, which will probably